Alright, we're in the desert in Morocco, and what you are looking at here is a dragon carcass that's in the desert. This is his head coming down towards his neck, and this is the underside where his mouth is and so forth, and I believe that's the eye area. And this is his throat that runs down here, and we're going to follow this throat in a minute. When you see this fluting looking stuff, you always see that on dragons. I mean, it's exactly what you see in the ancient accounts. And it has all this scaly looking things across his back. Now, I'm going to back out of here a little bit so you can see what I'm... Look at this here. See here? See this runoff here? And you see what's coming out of his mouth, all this stuff? It's nasty. Now, I don't know what it is, but it's coming out of, right directly out of his throat. And it looks like it would burn you up if you got it on you. I don't know what to say. So let's go down his throat here. Let's come in real close. Oops. Let's back out of here. There's his throat again. Alright, so let's follow the throat down. Let's come in close. Alright. And this is his throat right here. It runs right down. You see these? These are dragon scales all the way down his throat. Okay, now let's just keep following it. You see where I started was from his head and his neck. And you see down here? This is all down across his whole body and through this entire channel, which I am saying is his neck. And you see all this fluting stuff up here? All up in here? That's the fluting stuff you see on a dragon's body. And you see above that fluting stuff, that's the stuff you see on a dragon's back. So here's his neck, neck, all the way down. Let's go in deep again so we can see the dragon scales all the way down. I mean, I'm just telling you, they're dragon scales. You could think of whatever you want. But I'm going with dragon scales. And it just goes down. Now this is in getting towards his stomach area. And it just keeps going and going and going and going. And that I think might have been where it spits the stuff out of. I don't know. But it keeps going and going down with all these dragon scales. And you can see them. And then let's just come away from him. You see where we are? There's just his head was. We're down here around his body. And it's coming into the main part of his body down here. It's just gigantic. So his head's over here, and it comes down through his neck all the way where I showed you. Here's his legs, and then it comes all the way down here, down his back, all the way out almost into the Mediterranean. So let's just cut to the chase, and we'll go all the way to this tail, and I'll show you. See all the red stuff around it? That's effluent running off. That's from blood. Now let's go right to his tail, and here it is. All right, you see that? That's dragon scales. That's coming fluting right off the end of his tail. Alright? So all I can say is what we're seeing is a dragon. And you see the runoff here? Look at that. You see that stuff running off? Running off between the dragon scales? This thing is decaying. It's literally it's decaying and running off into the desert. And so this thing is not that ancient. It can't be. It's not like 1,000,000 feet under the ground or anything. So this is a pretty recent thing. And this is a dragon. I mean, it's not like something that you could possibly question that these are dragon scales. So that's what I want to show you. Now I'm going to show you something that is a little bit concerning. Alright, you saw the dragon. Now, this was posted on here by a friend of mine, Sherry Putnam, on Watchers Talk. And it's about, it's a History Channel presentation by Giorgio Tsoukalos about ancient spaceships and all kinds of creatures from outer space in Japan. Now, I think they made a big mistake here. Listen to this now.
It suggests to me that maybe we're seeing alien entities who are deeply concerned by our usage of atomic power.
They appear to be here now in great numbers, so that's what they're beginning to talk about now. And this
could the white orbs witnessed above Osaka
possible
and
reason
Fukushima
that I can see
be alien craft belonging to the same celestial beings the Japanese traced back to their very origins. Perhaps further clues can be found by examining recent attempts by Japanese astronomers to make contact with extraterrestrial beings.
Right, here's the issue. They sent this out in 1983, try to contact these people,
Tokyo,
or whoever they are.
Japan, July 1983.
And it was 16 years out and
At the
16
University of
years
Tokyo
back.
Astronomical Observatory,
So we're at this date now.
astronomers Hisayashi Hirabayashi and Masaki Morimoto target a telescope towards the star Altair. Using radio waves, they transmit a short binary encoded message in an attempt to contact extraterrestrial life.
This was a groundbreaking piece of history
It might
in
be
terms of the
groundbreaking.
search for extraterrestrial life. This message basically told information regarding human life, human history, DNA, and also the location of the Earth itself. So any potential extraterrestrials living in the vicinity of Altair would potentially know where we're coming from.
The star of Altair is 16 light years away from Earth, and so it was expected that the binary message would reach that star by around 1999. And now, from 2015 on, the Japanese are expecting some kind of reply from their signal.
Now, what's particularly intriguing is that Altair actually represents one of the ancient Japanese gods. This makes me wonder if
it was a good idea. If you saw the dragon, you see their ancient god. I'm not sure that was a great move, but it is what it is. All right, before we go any further, this is where you should be looking into here. Mud Fossils Original Research Group on Facebook. And then the other one I have is this one here, Science Theory Challenge. This is also on Facebook group. And then I also have one here which is the deep meanings of mud fossil research, which is Mud Fossil Revelations. Okay, and all my research is backed up by scientific facts and tests, and there's 3 DNA tests in this report right here, which were the mud fossils, and 2 of them were giants and 1 of them was normal size. This was ancient protocols done with all kinds of special things. I don't really, it was done by 2 different labs, and it took a couple of months, and they came back with a 100% positive result that it was human mitochondrial DNA. See this up here? Homo sapien mitochondrial, Homo sapien mitochondrial D loop, cytochrome B, that sort of stuff. All this kind of stuff. I don't really understand all this, but trust me, it was human, and it's certified, and it's certified by. Right here, it's results are certified by a lab director for Helix Biolabs. So it's just a fact. They can ignore this, but there's no reason they can and remain experts, because they're just lying to you. They're just saying, well, I'm not going to pay any attention to that, so I'm an expert at saying what I say, and forget it, anything that's real. That's not, students should just refuse this, and that's a fiduciary failure. I don't care how you stand behind anything in life and then say this is okay. This is not okay. And the kids are putting up everything that they hold dear in their lives and handing it over for validation from people that will not even validate their own theories. This is not right.